All right.
Slarky
Smart
Malarkey.
pickup. What do you think of this, Moxxi?
I like it. Honestly, I like what they've got going on. They've got a very skirmishy lineup. Both of them actually do, to be quite honest. But I just feel like the execution coming out from the cut, it feels like they've really studied DogChamp and that they're going to be able to put a lot of pressure down very early. Whereas, a Templar Assassin tends to be a little bit greedier, wants to sit back a little bit, go and hit creep. I feel like Rusi is just going to be at your towers constantly. And he's got plenty of backup. We've got good vision. And then the Slark just being able to take these stacks it's probably not going to be like the game that we saw over in SA, right? With the 70 something stacks of essence that were stolen. But, I kind of like it. It's personally, I'm going with the cut this time.
It's a fine looking Slark game. Like, what does he have to worry about? I guess getting like insta stunned by the DK or something. Because you can kind of play around like the Dark Pact and stuff since it's such a like readily available stun a lot of the time. But overall, it's a very solid looking game. He's got a couple of heroes he can just munch on between the ABBA and the DK during engagements, get really buffed up, and if all else fails, has the coverage of the Centaur War Runner with the ulti to save, and has the backup of the Leshrac to actually take objectives, which tends to be one problem that the Slark has. So, looking pretty good for the cut going into game 2, Avo. I like it.
According to my good friend Larry Trent, it's looking pretty good for the cut. Let's see if it's true and the cut can take game number 2, as both my panelists are saying, or if DogChamp can surprise, they can bite at the steak, and we can see the power of Ray Lalisa TA. Let's see if this is the game for him to shine. Of course, the two people that will shine the most in this game, on top of these players, are my wonderful casters, Moxxi and Trent, which will guide you through this journey through the NA region.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, do have that pause right at the start. Again, feel right at home. Feel like I'm back in the SA region here. But I'm used to, I spent DPC over covering EU and CIS, and I'm used to hearing BSJ, whenever it was a good Slark game, just make this very excited noise. Whether it was on the panel or in the green room, just like, oh, this is the best. This is the sickest Slark game, like no brainer sort of thing. So it was very surprising to me to be sitting here and I was like,
noise that you're talking about.
Right? He does it. He does it.
Yeah. This is such a good Slark game. He like gets a little antsy. He bounces on the couch a little bit. It's like, oh yeah, this game's free, and like it doesn't matter the other 9 heroes at all. He's just like, Slark will win this game by himself. This might be one of those. We'll have to get him on the horn or something and see what he says.
But yeah, it was very strange to see that Slark pick up and be like, this is a good Slark game, and not hear that sound. That's how conditioned I've become to being around my my co-talent. But yeah, it's like you said, it's looking like a really free Slark game. I concerned. I would like to see this TA be able to do more, be empowered a little bit more. How do they make that happen over on the side of DogChamp? Because they've got a lot of solutions too with burning down fraction, taking advantage of that, and also just taking down buildings is a thing that's pretty scary because DK and Abad, both great at pushing towers, obviously, but I feel like the Leshrac is just one of those situations where it's just constantly going to be knocking on the door, and we saw the aggression come out in game number 1.
Yeah, I feel like probably ruining his game is their best chance, trying to slow down Rusi on said Leshrac, right? As that's hopefully going to delay the push, as he's a pretty big part of that. And thus, you're going to hold more of your map. You're going to hold the Ancients for longer. And to me, the Ancients are the most important thing. There should definitely be some more stacking action happening there from our Hoodwink, and just more emphasis in general of controlling that part of the map for a longer time so that Ray Lisa can play some Dota and get those items in the earlier part of this match.
I guess the one thing that they do have going for them over on the side of DogChamp is that if they want to make that rotation, so first of all, I'm not going to be ganking your lane, most likely. You can try. It's not usually the hero that you think. But, being able to, leave the Dragon Knight, right, with this Hoodwink, maybe, getting a smoke, maybe trying to get a Rune of Opportunity or something, could possibly open the doors for a gank on the Shrek. But otherwise, it's pretty difficult for what the lineup of DogChamp has to be able to put that pressure down.
Wow, Rune of Opportunity. I like that. That's so much cooler than Power Rune. All right, I'm done saying Power Rune. I'm converted. That was easy. All right, cool. I eagerly await the first Rune of Opportunity to see who will make something of their game. That's so much cooler. All right. Ever since Bounty Runes, we really needed something a little bit better for the power runes. I think I used to call them action runes. That was pretty bad. That sounds pretty cool.
I
Rune
did
of
that too, though.
Opportunity. Yeah, this is much better.
I think Purge would yell at me because it takes so many more syllables. Purge hates extra syllables whenever it comes to saying things. He likes being very efficient, even in just speaking. He is very angry about the team business associates. I'll never hear the end of that one. He's like, why would you have a name that is business associates? He's like, we're calling them busy ass from now on, Moxxi. I was like, Purge, I don't think you could. No, we're calling them busy ass. He's very adamant about that still. He will not cave on that, so.
Well, clearly Ray Lalisa is a bit busy because we're still paused waiting for him to rejoin. And Scourge McDuck just keeps spamming voice lines. And the worst part is he's spamming the ones that only his allies can hear too, but that means that we hear it. So thanks, Scourge.
I mean, he's ready to go. You saw that game number 1. It was a spa day for that Luna. Luna just got to hit creeps. Maybe not at the beginning, right? There was a little stressful, maybe like some acupuncture kind of thing going on. But then eventually just allowed to hit all the creeps that he wanted, allowed to hit all the buildings he wanted. The team was backing him up perfectly. And there was a fast GG out, honestly. Not that they really could have done a whole lot more coming out from the side of DogChamp at that point, but...
Yeah, I mean, he was still diving for kills right up into the final moments there. So I think you're right. I think he just got a little bored, wants to flex his net worth a bit more on his opponents. So that's why he's slarking it up, kind of slarky malarkey all over them.
Yeah, you're in the zone. Sometimes you're just you're feeling so good, that you've got this advantage. You're listening to Caramel dancing, over on the YouTube loop for 10 hours.
I don't know what that is. Am I not hip anymore?
Just message Neff. He'll fill you in on
okay.
that.
Thank you. Excellent.
Yes.
Neff is...
I know how you fellow Canadians talk to one
Yes.
another.
Yeah. I saw him at the last meeting. He's looking good.
Excellent. Yeah. Good. I'm sure Jenkins was there and Owie as well. Those general Canadian meetings that y'all have as you plan to take over NA Dota, which is, it's coming into...
It's slowly happening. Not through any effort of me, that's for sure. I love this courier showcase we're getting here right now. Personally, I do think that the monkey here, I guess it's more of a baboon, is the winner. Is that a bonobo? Is that what they're called? I forget. But
it's definitely it's more of a baboon. Though,
it is some sort of a baboon. Yeah. It's looking good. I'm a big fan. 4 minutes of pause left. Oh, my favorite courier is I have to remember their names. Hold on, let me search my inventory. It is called Patch, Stash, and Hob. It is a courier that is like 3 little donkey couriers because I always really like the default one.
Cute.
Yeah. The default donkey courier just slays me. So getting 3 of them is pretty great.
But they're babies.
Yeah.
They're baby donkeys.
Yeah, so don't kill my courier.
Cuter. Way cuter. Now everyone's going to be targeting you. Now they know how near and dear they are to your heart, Trent. Every pub that you play, you'll be living in constant
you'll never
fear
get
that
my
your little
courier.
donkey babies.
Oh, I make a point of not letting the courier die. I've just seen them just perish so many times in pro matches that I just can't take it anymore. Especially when it was so easily avoidable. Just like do 1 shift queue on the way out, and honestly, you'll dodge like 90% of courier gangs. It's really not that hard. I think
tell that to some pro players.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Honestly, they go on and on about like the tiny details that win you a Dota game, and none of them will just like run their courier over the tree. It takes like 2 seconds of micro. Not even. It's like a quarter of a second of micro. It's not my job to win Dota games, but I feel like it could be done a little more often. And I swear, if I see one more courier fly through a ward when a smoke's going on, like a very obvious ward spot, that's the worst.
He's going to lose
really
it, guys.
Me. I will lose it.
That Canadian rage, the fabled Canadian rage. I like how they just realized that Vol was AFK. Everyone had left the base. And they're like, oh, hey, wait a minute. Vol's not leaving. Kind of important, guys. I'm glad they noticed it, though.
He's just a Centaur player anyway. He just presses R for the rest of the game. He'll be fine. Rugas, a adventurous Nyx assassin here, inching his way through. Seeing what's going on. It's like, oh, no heroes over here. And we'll go right back towards the Roach Pit. Didn't even drop a ward, so no sneaky plays here or anything like that. Of course, they will now see that he's lurking there with a ward, so now they won't be as suspicious.
This is going to be a ward that's going to be used for jumping some couriers, you think?
Potentially. It's a little bit hard, unfortunately, as a Nyx assassin.
B9 has to be a little careful here because we do have the Impale picked up on Frogos.
Yeah, and he already got stomped once as he took the rune right in his face.
see. He's thought about drawing up here. Let's poke again over to B9. Lands the Impale, just taking a lot of this damage right off the bat. It's the stop.
Surprised he went for that, yeah. All right, that's another shield used. You'll take it.
It's some harass going out for sure. No, Frogos doesn't feel like he's looking too careful here. My goodness.
There's no tangos. So,
yeah,
I mean...
He's got the boots.
Yeah, Nyx is amazing regen early. That's like one of the hallmarks of this hero, right? Like the 4.3, it's like him and Bat just have it crazy. So he's able to get the boots and be a little bit more aggressive. So it's on its way out now. It'll be fine. Nice body block there from B9, though. Keeping that high. Came a little bit early, though, so that's to tank a lot of damage.
Yeah. Doesn't have a lot of mana left either. Does have, of course, a clarity, a couple stick charges, but it's definitely going to have to deal with this annoyance of the Nyx the entire time.
And
Courier's making his way over. Ooh, Disco Bunny. Speaking of fancy couriers.
Yeah, seriously. And he's going to know that this is blocked right now, I'm pretty sure, because he was checking B9's inventory if he was paying attention. But you don't really want to deward until the end if you think he has another sentry in hand. I put all my attention in the top lane. Is anything else happening in this game? Oh, well, there you go. That's why. There's a 2-hero stun. Boom.
That's exactly. You were just anticipating it.
Yeah.
A lot of damage, though, coming out here. With that aphotic shield popping, but that's just going to continue to be very annoying. In the bottom lane, what do we have going on down here, Trent? Talk to me about this lane.
Well, we have a Jakiro, a hero that we pretty much never get to see. Has one of the higher value level 1 spells with the dual breath. Does a ton of damage, really strong. It's really good on the second level too because it doubles in the damage. So it's like one of those value 2-pointers before you go back for the Ice Bath or the Liquid Fire, depending on the game. So it's he's tanky. He can just walk at a Dragon Knight. Like, what's a Dragon Knight ever going to do to a Jakiro? Like, you are the dragon, you know? You'd think that he'd be good versus you, but you don't really care. You're very tanky.
I mean, anime lore here. Although I guess Davion is not the, the Dragon Slayer, as he is clearly a Dragon sympathizer now. So perhaps that also comes into play. But yeah, very tanky support, not something that we typically have been seeing very, very often. So it's more of a gentleman's agreement between Jakiro and the Dragon Knight. Yaren is, of course, just blinking away. He's going to have a little bit more of an impact this time around on this Hoodwink. And you can see the harass that this Hoodwink is able to place down as well, just within the laning phase. Yeah, it's a lot better than that Techies.
Just Blightstoning, being a real nuisance. Going to need a salve from support there, and I thought Frogos was going to catch the fact that his camp was blocked, but he didn't, and then he ended up actually leaving the sentry, so he's ready for the D-ward. Now he actually wants it blocked since they managed to stabilize the lane, so he's very happy with the situation. He's after a courier.
He wants it so bad. Oh, there it is. That's the second courier in this game. Creep's courier dying earlier. Now Frogos is managing to get himself the one here top.
And mid lane is just dead even.
Classic.
Yeah.
We'll start to see, I think, some more pressure eventually, but he's going to farm up. Has anyone stacked, though? That's my question. They blocked the camp over here. I like that play.
Yeah, that's how you win mid, right? You block the small camp.
Yes.
Instantly yours now. No, still no sacking because Yaren's been very busy harassing and pinging this Slark. Not going to make it there in time either on the 4 minutes spawn. So hopefully on the 5. I really think they need more Ancients being done this game. Because there's not really a threat of the Radiant stealing them in my mind.
Yeah, it's not typically, the lineup you'd see going after stacks. But yeah, considering that it is it's a Lukey Dragon Knight. This Dragon Knight should be very, very durable. Does have to be careful, obviously. You can't have too many of those Essence stacks. But I would like to see Yaren, making these rotations to stack, perhaps to harass the Leshrac like we talked about. Wouldn't be the worst idea.
I'm curious what the first move for the cut will be this game. Because there's nothing that really screams like do stuff other than Lesh going to a tower. So I guess it'll probably just be top. Speaking of which, Vol is hurting here.
Yeah, it's taking a lot of damage, and this is probably going to be our first blood as Creep cleans him up. So, nicely played here, coming out from the side of DogChamp, realizing they had the opportunity and taking it. Bottom lane, it's like they tried to put a little bit more damage over onto Scourge, but not being able to follow up too much as they do manage to pick up the small camp here now. So Raylisa can try to stack it for himself or whatnot.
Someone stack my Ancients.
No one else is
Please.
stacking for him. Scourge. He's got a couple clicks off here.
He's gonna start doing it for
No,
himself pretty soon. It is crazy. Like I feel like when I watch Eastern Europe, honest to God, there would have been like 8 stacks in this game by now, and we have no stacks anywhere on this map. Stay with, I guess. No, North America's not into it.
Which is weird because North America, we love farming. We love it. It is great. It's a lot of the times our games are just straight up farm fest with our cores and whatnot. So I'm very surprised that we're not seeing, you know, stacks to be taken and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
now
B9 is trying to
yeah, he's
trying
getting
to
in
get
there,
a
right?
little stack on, you know, that one. But there's a haster now picked up here for Rusi.
Interesting
He's
that
sitting at level
Vol
7.
made the rotation, right? He farmed the hard camp, and then Frugos is getting the lane XP for a little bit and trying to like hold things ready for Vol, because he just can't be in the lane, because something like that will just happen to him as Frugos gets run down under the tower.
It's like they're hunting Pingu over here on the side a little bit. I'll turn back around. Get the bushwhack over onto Scourge McDuck. It's a very calm game so far, considering that we're 6.5 minutes in and haven't seen a lot of action.
Or incredibly lame, Moxxi. What's going on? We have a haster in on left. All right, let's go. Roosie's coming.
I can trust Trent to just say it like it is, but yeah, they're running on, and the pounce lands. They just blow up here, and they've got their eyes over here onto Lukey. They'll just burn him down too. Bloody 9 now is forced to just retreat behind the tower, and Frogos is also nearby as well, but I don't think he's going to be making any moves at this moment. So we talked about, you know, the first rotation was going to be Rusi, probably going after a tower. It ends up not taking a tower, but putting pressure over onto that bottom lane, because Slark, again, not the hero that is able to easily catch up should the lane go poorly, so giving him that advantage.
Using
definitely value.
the rune of opportunity. Amazing. Game-defining rune of opportunity. That's the good stuff right there. Vol, he's hiding in the trees right now, and he does get found, but I mean, it's just the light stealer. TA was out of there. He's got farmed, you know. True. Stuns. Not many this game. DK and Hoodwink, it's all on you.
Yarn gets the bushwhack off over here on the side, but Frogos is also making this rotation. It's an impale, though, going forward up the way, but Yarn just pops. Rusi taking so much damage, though, over here. He's going to fall just easily over to Rayla Lisa. Frogos now pops the spike here. Look at the damage from Rayla Lisa. All right. This is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see this TA get more active. I wanted to see it, you know, become more of a threat, and when you walk in like that, that's a fast way to make that TA look even better here.
Yeah, time to grab some neutral items and maybe hit Ancients eventually. They have at least dewarded this time, so that's good. But it's probably one of the supports came over and threw a sentry down, and we're like, yeah, I tried to stack, you just weren't looking, but it was blocked. So now it's clear for you, I promise. That's good. That'll keep like the mental space like healthy for your mid laner. Sometimes it's best they don't know the truth, you know? Like, they can't be revealed to too much as mids.
Don't give away my secrets, Trent, please. Bloody 9 is bloody dead here in the middle lane. You see just running at the Abaddon. Not much that he can do, but Yaren also does end up teleporting to the mid lane. They want to protect this tower. Again, they do have a TA. This is someone who likes to take Roche fairly early, if possible. But the cut, you know, just trying to secure up the mid tower. A little bit less focus on towers as last time, though.
This one is so important for them, though, as you're saying. This game, like, yeah, he is really gone. They have the obs in between, too, so you can see that this is, like, clearly their one objective that they're trying to achieve right now is the cut. And Yaren should just be, like, camping out here as much as possible, throwing bushwhacks and slowing it down. Look at Lukey. Level 6, just runs mid through the creep wave and just starts hitting on this tower. There's no backdoor protection, of course, and you want to get every hit you can. Oh, no! Nice stuff. Oh, the split earth actually broke the tree. That was depressing.
Or very exciting if you're a fan of biased caster Trent.
Well, you know, you're trying to make some combo plays. I'm all about the offense. That was defense. Of course, it's not like a centaur is going to die from that bushwhack. So, does it really matter? No, of course it doesn't. I'm just saying things that happen on the screen because I'm a no-brain caster. Now, into the tower.
This is the, you know, Tower Assault day number 3 coming out here from the side of the cut. Although Volt does have to be careful. That Meld Strike does a lot of damage, plus the slow. Turns around, tries to get the stun off. He's not going to be able to, so you are going to end up losing that Centaur. Lukey wanting to place a little bit more damage over here on this tower just before this dragon form's gonna go down here. You see, running for his life. The jump forward though from Rayla Lisa should have enough damage as he goes for the bottle. No, Yarns will be able to collect over on the Leshreck. So this tier 1 in the middle lane is gonna go over to the side of DogChamp.
I am a massive proponent of Leshrac in all forms, but I think the cut need to stay away from this hero because I don't think they have the Leshrac mindset or something going on. Like, this Leshrac is being hung out to dry. He's going too aggressive on his own. The first move was great with the Rune of Opportunity, but the plays since then have been rather disastrous. Like, not respecting the squishiness of the hero on the earlier end. I don't know if he has like too much reliance on the Stampede or what, but to lose your tower like that and just get like blown up twice in a row after having a nice start is a very bad way to start your game as Lesh.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised considering the lineup that they have over on the side of the cut, that they have not taken a single tower just yet. You know, we laugh at Lukey running in with his face with that dragon form, but, you know, it worked out for them because, like you said, they're not respecting the fact that this Lesh is a little bit too squishy.
Yeah, I mean, that was the same dragon form that ended up finishing that tower and getting the kill on Lesh, or like helping to secure it. Pretty value stuff there from Lukey. Gotta love the super simple offlane hero of the Dragon Knight right now, as Yaren is escaping through the tree with the scurry. So there goes that tower. You spoke it into existence, a tower take now from the cut.
They also end up losing the bottom tier 1, so a bit of mirroring going on right now. But I am happy to see Rayla Lisa's going to have more of a game. We have the Blink Dagger online a lot faster this time around. And we have part of that Desolator also begun. So I think we'll be seeing a faster, stronger, more active TA this time around.
Look at the gap between the DK and the Centaur, though. It's like 1,000 gold. It's Lukey already has the Blink Dagger complete, and Yaren, after running through the trees there, put a very good ward down to help prepare for a potential tier 2 tower push in the top lane. So Yaren can now like play this dead lane, run into the trees if things get dicey, farm up towards the Solar Crest, and that's going to help guarantee the Roche when they want to go for it, and it's as fast as possible. So I really like the perimeter setup here from DogChamp, looking much better than game 1, and obviously they have quite the net worth lead too.
Well, we have that Yules that we talked about to be able to set up over onto any hero. Of course, when you are going after an Abaddon, it's a little bit scary, especially when you have the follow-up, that Sharpshooter coming in hot, but still going to be Rayla Lisa who get the final hit off.
Oh my god, the punish. You get Blink stunned by a DK, Blink jumped on by a Templar Assassin, and the Sharpshooter too, just in case. All because he tried to Yule stun an Abba with ulti. I mean, this
How dare you touch
Leshrac.
our captain, they say.
Like, seriously, though. It really is just like a lack of, I don't know, it feels like just not respecting DogChamp's burst or expecting too much out of the hero itself. I don't know if Vol's Archie is bound, because I feel like, I mean, maybe the Stampede doesn't save you anyway through that one stun, but it's clearly the Lesh thinks it's going to save him or something.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we've seen a Stampede just yet come out from the side of the cut. But I mean, while this is going, I don't know here, because I was about to say Scourge has had a lot of breathing room during all this, but he hasn't been active. He hasn't been able to participate in a lot of these fights, and I feel like that's very important for something like a Slark. What do you think about this?
Yeah, I think it's a hero where the gold isn't necessarily like, I feel like gold has a lot of value on Slark. Like, he's going to have to be like a huge net worth to still have a crazy team fight if he gets the right place off. And here's our Stampede. It's actually for the bottom lane save on Frugas, and also to initiate
No, it's up top too. Yeah, they go after Yaren, but look at these teleports immediately. Power Rangers, TP, Rayla Lisa's here. Pingu was looking very tanky earlier on in lane, but he does not have that tank when you have this TA with the Duster, with the Melt Strike and Traps coming at you, so.
Oh, and that's going to put Scourge right out of the Ancients too. Doesn't feel confident in this area now. Has a TP down bottom, but they're actually... They're coming right through here. Yeah, he just straight up canceled that. He's like, all right, I'm going to die if I do that. Back to the Ancients, I guess.
Not going to be able to get their hands on Lukey. And Creep is having a very relaxing game this time around, sitting at second top net worth, currently at about around 15 minutes or so. This game looking a lot better for DogChamp.
Yeah, you wanted a better game for Rayla Lisa, and they certainly found Ancient stacks are not, what do I know, they weren't even necessary.
Scourge is bushwhacked here. Sharpshooter comes in, and that's a dead little fishy.
Yeah. That is one aspect of the multiple. I mean, they've only got 2 pretty good stuns, but as long as you get them together, that burst damage, that's AA and Hoodwink. That is the 2 most valuable heroes in that regard right now in Dota. That you can convert a simple stun into like almost a guaranteed death every time.
And this opens up that Roshan for them. So TA doing work with the Deso should be able to finish off very nicely and pick up an Aegis. Ice Path comes out. Frogo's backing off. Oh, with a nice stop over onto.
Oh, there we go.
There. Rusi following up. There's a lot of AoE damage. The Stampede comes out. They'll be able to take down Leaky Leaky. Vol running for his life now. They've already popped the borrowed time over on the Abaddon. So they can re-engage over onto Bloody Knight. He does have that shield. He'll buy just a little bit more time. Scourge is here, though. He wants Ray Lalisa. And again, we do have the Aegis. Nice bushwhack coming out, but the follow-up is here. Pingu is just blown up. Nice Ice Path coming through, but they'll be able to go break the passive here. Scourge trying to just run away now as Rusi is just getting clicked away relentlessly and will fall. Scourge looks like he's going to be able to evacuate immediately. Frogo's walking underneath the sentry ward. Has to be a little bit careful. Creep pinging him out.
Oh,
Drop a
he
trap
wants that
here, but-
pick on the
He
Aegis,
wants it,
right? Yeah, he's like, maybe I can just burn this down right now. I'm kind of survival enough to find. And man, I actually thought that the cut headed for a second there. What, like 4 heroes all in that Macropyre and the Ice Path, and we know they have all this chain stun to follow up, but just wasn't quite enough damage there in the end. And I'm sure a very disappointing engagement for them. I'm sure they got a couple of kills, but could have been so much more.
Creep using that rage, just clicking away over on Frogos. He can't do anything. They did drop the Macropyre, and they're going to try to clean up this creep wave, delay this push a little bit, try to slow down Leaky League, of course, with that dragon form, but they have so much damage here. It's going to be difficult for the cut to push them away.
Okay, Pinko has to be careful. He is not tanky at this point of the game now with the Hoodwink being there. Like, 1 stun from Lukey Lukey, and I think anyone just dies. Yeah, look, he just wants it.
Yep. Ray Lalisa jumping in, feeling fearless here. They want Pingu so bad. That sharpshooter. Oh, the last hit coming out from Ray Lalisa, just cleaning up Pingu.
Oh, he was so close to getting out. I can't believe he didn't smoke there to survive.
Vol here. He was looking pretty tanky, but they're going to try to jump back in again. They split Earth over onto Ray Lalisa. Can they burn down? No, but the Life Stealer jumping in will be able to give a little bit more tank here. He'll pop back out. They want to burn this Aegis, though. Ray Lalisa staying alive for so very long. Eventually, they'll be able to pop the Aegis, but they take out Rusi in the meanwhile. They back up. They buy back on Lesh. They don't want... Oh, stops are beautiful. Nice Ice Path following up, but they just have so much damage. Vol is going to fall. Another nice split Earth over onto the back lines. Can they take down Creep? Can they take down Bloody Nine? They'll take down Bloody Nine, but they take down Scourge. Rusi, he just popped back. He can't afford to die again. Decent amount of damage coming up with this TA. Ray Lalisa coming in with a Melt Strike, just ripping him apart. That is the 2 supports over on the side of the cut, and they're doing everything possible. They finally managed to take down Leaky Leaky. All right, that's a start, but I don't know how much more they can do. It looks like DogChamp, they're going to back off here. I don't feel like they necessarily needed to do that. I feel like they could have taken another half of this Rax. What do you think, Trent?
They got everything valuable. It's fine. Everyone was a little bit low. That was a classic case of the Dota blinders were unfortunately on there for the side of the cut because those 3 heroes were all stunned and low HP. I think it was like DK, Hoodwink, and Lifestealer. And they're all just like looking at them, trying to clean them up. And Ray Lalisa is, no joke, standing in the middle of like the 5 heroes on the cut and just swinging for like 6 seconds straight and killing everyone after he came back from the Aegis. And they're just like, oh, but we can clean up the other heroes and then maybe focus Ray Lalisa's like, no, look at this TA. She's melting everyone.
More like melding everyone. I'm sorry, you're the dad. You're the one who's supposed to be making these jokes, not me.
Someone's gonna do it.
Someone's got to have the cringe coming out here. But,
I've got it in buckets. Don't worry. I'm saving it for later, guys. Game 3, it'll just be cringe nonstop, and they're just wondering like, this isn't the cringe cast. I thought we were already there. But now on to the bottom tower. They push and they take. And honestly, Moxxi, I think we're looking pretty good for a game 3. We tried to find a comeback plan in game 1. This one's a little more feasible though. They have the big wombo combo potential if they all just like group up as 5 again.
Nice ice path, split earth. Immediately, though, the shield comes out. Frogus looking for the opening. Already used the impale. Has to be careful here. They have a lot of initiation. They're going for the stampede. Nice stun. Jumping onto the line, trying to just blow up creep. Voldo taking so much damage. Again, Ray Lalisa just allowed to do whatever he wants. And they'll follow up here. B9 does have himself a little package inside, but then is going to pop. The follow-up, though, over onto Rusi. The Leshrek just absolutely obliterated now because they're just letting this TA do whatever he wants.
Yeah, it's very interesting because typically, I mean, this is 2 games in a row now we're having racks being taken before 20 minutes. I think it was like 19 they pushed game 1, and this time it was like 17 minutes, even faster. As it's not something we see in Dota very often because people are just like so passive and they just want to like farm up for the next item instead. But they're taking advantage of the level advantage that they have right now. They're just too tanky because the spells are too low on some of these supporting casts that want to get these like big wombos together that can actually bring them back into this game. So despite it being like kind of off meta, I really like them continuing this push without waiting for the next Roche.
Some fast fingers on the blink here. Scourge having to pounce away. Frogus popping the spike. Carapace, look at this long range hits coming in. The man, the sharpshooters are on point today coming out from Yara. It's still going to be Creep who collects the kill, but they're going to end up losing themselves another piece. Oh, a 3-man stop over onto the back lines. Bull is going to pay for this with his life because they keep just jumping after these 3 heroes and just totally ignoring Ray Lalisa, who's dishing out so much damage. Pingu is the next one to fall as Creep is just chewing through them. I don't know, Trent. This is looking rough.
Yeah, like how do they not have a pipe and they just keep surviving? I swear, this team looks like they're under like so many like helpful auras and stuff, but it's not really the case. It's just Blade9 spamming out his spells, and well, much like game 1, they're gonna have thrown in the towel pretty early. Another merciful GG call for us, is they're not gonna make us wait for a assured victory. They just want to get into game 3 and forget this one happened.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I know both of us were saying, like, look at what the cut has to offer here. But, you know, DogChamp, they hit back with a vengeance. And like I said, when Ava was asking me, you know, what do you want to see happen this time, Moxxi? I want to see Ray Lalisa have a game. And I'd say 12-0 and 7's a pretty good game.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, Creep also deathless. So the 1 and the 2 looking like the true heroes here for DogChamp. We'll give them all of the credit, and the supporting cast absolutely none, because that's how Dota works. So they are the rock stars and the lead singers of the band, and Hoodwink's just strumming along on bass, you know, trying to keep things together.
Yeah, I could see that, honestly. I could see Hoodwink being a bassist. But anyways, guys, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to have some more fine Dota 2 analysis for you, just like that one.
I played the woodblock.